Hello, welcome. This is Heart of the Moon. Happy New Year, everyone. We're going to be doing a reading for you. The Oracle and Tarot coming of the year forecast of 2026. Check out the tea leaf forecast of 2026. Two big energies showed up in the teacup, which means it can stand on its own. Let's get started. Two tea leaves will start us off. Just fan them out. And the hand of fate is going to pick two. Two, yeah. All right, we got two cards here. Card number one. Pig, beware of greed. Okay. And what's this? Heart. Love, deep affection, and caring. Wow, that's a really interesting set of cards. It really shows the duality of what could be coming up in the new year. Beware of greed. That's something like addictions. That's like materialism gone out of control. A pig is not necessarily negative as well. Could mean abundance. Abundance for sure. Abundance that is balanced. So there you go. Deep love, affection, and caring. The heart. That's a beautiful card, for sure. You know, we could have love and deep affection for ourselves, for sure. Interesting. There's an overall message right there. This new year is going to be a duality. How to balance those energies. That's the question right there. This reading, we're mainly going to be talking about the quarters. So the first quarter, second quarter, third and fourth quarter. As we were shuffling the tea leaves, a lot of fire energy came out. Seven of Swords came out right now as we were shuffling. Holding on to our ideas. All right. With the tarot, not quite ready. Four Pentacles, that was the Four Pentacles that kind of popped out. Cards are popping. All right, now we're ready. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those cards are going to be the beginning of the quarters. Okay, so we're starting right now. So what wanted to come out in there? Didn't quite come out. That came out. That came out. That's the second quarter. Third quarter. Now they're popping out. There we go. All right. So we have our 4 tarot cards, which is the energy of each quarter. And now we need a card. 4 cards in between what we just have. And we're going to use the Oracle cards for that. Oh yeah. We just need 1 card from the tarot for an overall energy in the middle. Oh. 2 cards came out. Let's do this. 1 card here, 1 card there. How's that? Whoa. That came out. We got our 3 spots filled. Just need 1 more. Okay. Okay, so 2 cards popped out. We didn't see them. So the Hand of Fate, we're going to kind of mix them around. And the Hand of Fate is going to choose 1. We didn't see them. Alright, that's it. And now this card is going right in the middle as an overall card. An overall energy. Please. It consolidates what's going on in the year. Alright, and there it is. First quarter. The moon. It doesn't necessarily mean a new moon or a full moon, but it could be. It symbolizes change and a birth. I wonder if we can get a clarifying card on that. Maybe later. It shows in the full moon, all these lower energies come out and are exposed. And they're meant to be released and then overturned during the new moon. Close the chapters on them during the new moon phase. Yeah, that could be an invitation to stay still. Like going into the new moon phase is an invitation to stay still. The second part of the first quarter, Oracle card, and we have the Peacock. The Peacock energy. That card shows up a lot in Libra's readings. It's really appropriate. And that's air energy. That's our ideals coming to the surface. This shows up a lot like the third decante of Libra, where it's like a crowning event. The feathers on top of the peacock is crowning the peacock. See, the peacock is going into the full moon. We have the new moon, and then the peacock is going into the full moon. In some cycles, we're celebrating something. We're not necessarily exposing our lower energies, although that could happen. But another thing that could happen is the full expression of our ideas are brought into the light. The peacock is the full moon energy. So there it is. So we don't need a clarifying card for the moon card. All right, second quarter. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the Queen of Wands. That's fire energy. And the Queen of Wands is a feminine type of energy. Well, it's fire energy for sure. She'll reach for diplomacy. What the difference between the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands? She'll reach for diplomacy. Doesn't have to be. Nothing's guaranteed that she will. But she's most likely to reach for diplomacy rather than the King of Wands. And she's got a really interesting energy on there. That sunflower symbol on the card is more prominent than the black cat for us. That's the feeling that we get. Second part of the second quarter, we have the rabbit. Here's how we can look at it. Is the rabbit offers a lot of abundance in food to people. This is the energy right here. The rabbit comes in the second quarter, paired with the Queen of Wands. Well, you know what's jumping out? The stark contrast between the Queen's energy and the rabbit energy. Like the contrast between the tea leaves. You know what she could be is a bridge. It's like she could be a mediator between the full moon energy of the peacock and the rabbit, with her energy of diplomacy. There's that. Okay? Third quarter. Scorpio energy. We're not surprised about that. 4 of Cups. That Scorpio energy, that could be a tower moment. That could bring challenges. That's the first decante of Scorpio is a divine offer. Well, actually, it's the Tower moment first. It's a process of finding out, learning about that divine offer. We've talked a lot about the Four of Cups. It's a big energy. And actually, that's the third time. This is the third time that Scorpio energy has been picked up. We had it, we picked up Scorpio energy in the Virgo new moon, in the tea leaf forecast, and here now. It seems like the Scorpio energy is going to be center of attention for a portion of the year. Second part. Leo, the lion. Whoa. There's two fixed energies, Scorpio and Leo. Leo, the lion, is the extension of the lion's heart. There's the energy of the tea leaf card. It's like that Queen of Wands and that lion card are kind of working together. This is the feeling that we're getting. So that's a Tower moment. That Scorpio card is a Tower moment, and which could cause an energy to go deep within and discover something about themselves, like that divine offer. Like that divine offer, but also discover new things about themselves. And that could transform into a lion. Fourth quarter. Knight of Swords. That's very fast energy. There's that wind energy. Take a look at the tea leaf forecast and see what you think. It's almost like a big energy happens throughout the year, but then it's if the energy is stopped in its tracks. And then all this wind and debris just kind of carries on. This is the energy kind of like right now. There's these big fixed energies in the third quarter, and then it just stops with this Knight of Swords energy, where it's fleeting. Okay, what's the octopus? Octopus is the second part of the fourth quarter. And yeah, all this stuff is going on. That's water energy. Emotion. Well, actually, the water and fire don't go well together, but they're two fixed energies right here. Here we have the Knight of Swords, and then we have the octopus. And the octopus's arms are all kind of flailing about. That's what we're getting. It's very similar to the energy in the tea leaf forecast. Just wind and debris. Very interesting. That could be the key to balancing that pig energy is the heart and love. Could be a good balancer. Some of these energies we're not surprised. The overall energy. The Knight of Pentacles. That's the thing too. A knight is a vector. A vector has direction. A vector is hardly the epitome of stability. So with this Knight of Swords, this is the feeling that we get. It's very similar to the energy that we've picked up in the tea leaf forecast of 2026. There's an energy that stopped in the third quarter, and all this wind and debris is kind of carried over into the fourth quarter. And it doesn't have a lot of stability because it's the Knight of Swords energy. Especially with this octopus, with the octopus's arms just kind of flailing about. What does an octopus do when it slips away? It leaves a cloud of ink. So that could be something to consider. But overall, there's a Knight of Pentacles. And that's another thing too. That's Knight of Pentacles is slightly more stable than the Knight of Swords. It's like Taurus type of energy. It's slow, but it's offered something. Something slow and steady that's tempered by the heart could be a good balancer for this year, which could bring in fast moving energy. That's what that Knight of Pentacles is saying. Let's take a look at the symbolism. That sunflower is standing out on the Queen of Wands. Sunflower. Within a reading, because sunflowers are such happy flowers, they brighten up the lives of all who look at them. For the sitter, which is the overall collective, however, it can imply that they are feeling a little down in the doldrums, so to speak. The sunflower is urging the sitter to stop looking at the dark side of their situation, as focusing on what is wrong in their life will only depress them more. They should start as concentrating on the good or happy things in life will lift their mood. If there's anything going on in the first quarter, that could be an energy to lift people's spirits up, you know? There's something about that sunflower that stood out. Let's take a look at the lion. The lion is fire energy. Patient, regal, a complete master. The lion is a master of the fire element and the living mascot of self-transformation. A lion personality dedicates their life to personal and spiritual growth. This dedication inspires some and intimidates others. Therefore, the lion is respected by all, but known intimately by few. Some mistake the lion as hard to access or aloof, yet those with a keener eye know better. Lions are observant, stealth, and precise in their words and actions. They do not waste energy or resources. This card reminds us that self-mastery is available to all, no matter where our quest begins. Nice. When in balance, the epitome of peace and strength. When out of balance, withdrawn, too serious. To bring into balance, daily meditation, friendship. The key word that came into the reading is transformation. That Four of Cups, that's what that is all about. That Scorpio card is transformation. Wings of an eagle aspect in the Virgo new moon, which is the energy that's the energy that we consulted with to do these readings. That's also Scorpio's energy as well. There's that as well, spreading their wings. Someone could be earning their wings. Now we pull a card from the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck to get an overall feeling. There it is. Oh, 2 cards came out. We can deal with that. And we saw them too. So the counsel and the curse. The curse and the counsel. There's a duality that we picked up with the tea leaves. The entire reading is actually a duality because we have a lot of energy to go within and then transforming and expressing it. It's karmic energy that's looping around again because we haven't dealt with it. Mostly, that's that curse. That's really intriguing and that's really enlightening because there's something that's telling us something that's looping around and it's becoming like a curse. And that's what this is saying. But then we have this counsel card. This is, it's inviting us to go within to deal with the energy of the curse, of that karmic loop. The counsel card could be an energy of going within and finally dealing with that curse. Yeah, a part of it could be using the energy of love as a balancer. Love is not necessarily good nor bad. Love is a lot like a balancer. I was trying to find a middle road to something. See what the Mystical Shaman Oracle guidebook has to say about the curse. That's number 14. The essence. The curse refers to the limiting stories of our ancestors and the karma from former lifetimes that preordains the events of our lives. Yeah, exactly. That's what we got too. Karma, some kind of looping karma. It's some kind of energy that loops around. It can show up as a disease, a destructive force, or a blockage on our creative energy. The curse holds us hostage to a false story that we confuse for reality. Recognizing the original wound that is playing out in our life can heal it. And that's where the energy of the moon comes in, and the Scorpio energy and that counsel card comes in. That's going within and dealing with those types of energies. Nice. Here's the invitation, exactly. It is time to recognize the source of your limitations. Did your grandparents live with a mindset of scarcity? Did you inherit genes for heart disease? Were you a slave or a master in a past life? This karmic legacy is ready and waiting to be seen, to be untangled, and to be released. Honor the players and their stories. Forgive everyone and everything. Craft a new life course for yourself. If that resonates, then take it. But there's also a general message for everyone. There's something about this year that society is going to deal with karmic type of energy like a curse that keeps coming back around like a loop. Counsel. That's number 11 there. The counsel, the essence, are the luminous beings who hold the collective wisdom of humanity. Know that their wisdom is available to you at all times when you live in a state of yes, in an unconditional relationship with life. They remind you of your place around a sacred fire which has been reserved for you since the beginning of time. You will claim it when you own your inner wisdom. Taking this message on a practical type of level, this is exactly the type of energy to deal with that first card. This card also goes well with what we just said. Like the invitation during the new moon is to go within. And the Four of Cups is also an invitation to go within. To do what? To heal from those lower energies exposed in the moonlight, which are meant to be released. That deep dive to discover that inner wisdom within us in order to transform, like going from that scorpion energy to the lion energy. Okay? The invitation, the counsel has a message for you. Listen with your inner senses. The handwriting is already on the wall, so look about you and you will discern its meaning. Do not wait for further signs. Embark on the journey to love deeply, forgive sincerely, and dare greatly. Take the leap without requiring life to assure you of success. Take the leap. That's what a lion does. Just like with those tea leaves, there's a duality happening. It's dealing with that pig energy, balancing it with this heart energy, dealing with that curse and balancing with our own counsel, our own inner wisdom. There it is. There you go. There's something that we can say about this new year. In for a curse, in for an undoing. Thank you, Spirit, for these cards. This has been the Oracle and Tarot coming of the year forecast of 2026. Happy New Year, everyone. Take care.